Dad?
Something's wrong.
Aladar? Where's Suri?
She's up in the tree.
Alright, because I already know there's going to be some sweaty nerd in the comments section that's going to point out to me that Telekinetic charging cell is just a discount brain research lab, well, no shit Sherlock, I just don't want to spend my life savings and a liver to obtain it. So we got this instead. Also, I know Last Gamble is getting nerfed, so this deck is going to weaken, but honestly, it just means you have to survive one more turn to use the skill, so it shouldn't matter too much. Alright, so normally I go over every single card in the deck and give you a brief rundown of what it all does, but basically most of the deck is just very default delay cards that you've all seen before, and a Hey Trunade. So I'm going to skip over those cards and just go over the main combo, and the fusion cards to go with it. So the main aim of the deck is to get a hold of these three cards: Cyber-Stein, Telekinetic Charging Cell, and DNA Surgery. So a lot of you probably already know what Cyber-Stein does, but basically he allows you to pay 5,000 life points to special summon one fusion monster from your extra deck to the field in attack position. So keep in mind, this is not a once per turn ability, so if you're able to get around the 5,000 life point cost, you can special summon as many fusion monsters as you like, provided you have the board space. This is where Telekinetic Charging Cell comes into the mix. What this card does is if you equip it to a psychic type monster, you do not have to pay life points to activate any of its effects. When the equipped monster is destroyed and this card is sent to the graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points to return this card to the hand. So if you can somehow equip this card to Cyber-Stein, Cyber-Stein will no longer have to use its life point cost to activate its effect. This is where DNA Surgery comes in. Activate this card by declaring one monster type. All face-up monsters on the field become that type. So you can use DNA Surgery to make Cyber-Stein into a psychic monster, and then the equip spell will work on him. Alright, so now we have our combo. But what exactly can Cyber-Stein summon? Because a lot of fusion monsters have on the card text, cannot be special summoned by other means, or first has to be fusion summoned, and other kinds of card text. So there's actually a whole bunch of cards, but to be honest, these ones are the ones that I've chosen. I know a few of them are kind of expensive since no one really has Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, but you don't actually have to use these cards. There are plenty of other just random generic fusion replacements you can stuff in instead. These are just the ones that I chose because I happen to own them. Also, I chose Millennium Eyes because he's a new card and I just want to play around with him because he seems like fun. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is just a 4,500 attack beta monster. The entire aim of this card is just to hit your opponent's monsters and do as much battle damage to them as possible. Cyber Dragon is a very similar card. Basically it's just a 4,000 attack beta, but it can do piercing damage. So you can use this on your opponent's defense monsters and once again do as much battle damage as possible to try and kill them. Gatling Dragon is a monster that has the effect, once per turn you can toss a coin, 3 times, and destroy as many monsters as possible equal to the number of heads. So basically the aim of this card is to remove your opponent's board, so you can swing at your opponent with one of your big beaters to instantly kill them with 4,000 damage. Keep in mind though that when using Gatling Dragon, its effect has to be used once you've activated it. So what I mean by that is if you toss 3 coins and you get 3 heads, you have to kill 3 monsters, you can't just choose to choose 2. So this may involve you having to kill off your own Gatling Dragon, which doesn't matter too much because then you can just replace him with Cyber-Stein's ability directly afterwards. And the final card in your extra deck is Millennium Eyes Restrict. What this card does is once per turn when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard, equip that target to this card. This card gains attack and defense equal to the equipped monsters. Monsters with the equipped monster's name cannot attack, also their effects on the field and their activated effects are negated. So basically I have no idea whether or not this card actually has a place in the deck. All I know is it's just kind of a cool card that you can summon, and if you do summon it, it can then be used to try and counter cards that have effects. So things like Duel, you can take control of their Duel, or if they have Kuribohs in hand, I'm pretty sure you can just stop the Kuriboh and take control of that. It's basically just a cool card you guys can mess around with. I have no idea whether or not it's actually good in this deck or not. I haven't actually gotten to use it yet. Alright guys, that's basically it for the talking part of this video. The rest of this video will just be 8 gameplays showing this deck in action. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, comment if you've got any questions or feedback. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Also make sure to join my Discord.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.